Romance. This is Kayla.
This is Becky with a couple of B's Read, and we are ready to talk about our Book of the Month predictions.
Yes.
And we have a lot this time.
We do.
And I have to say this. Okay. When I'm going through, I will be reading about the new releases that are coming out. And sometimes when it pops up, it's the cover catches my attention, and I'll go, that looks just like a cover that Book of the Month would love. So I go with that book. That sounds very scientific.
It's been working so far because we've gotten a lot of picks lately. But there are also a lot of previous Book of the Month authors.
For example, Ellen Hildebrand
and Emily Henry.
I love both of them. Have all of their books. Yes. And behind this quilt is I have shelves devoted to different authors that I just love. But Ellen Hildebrand, I read The Hotel in Nantucket just a few months ago, and this one is the 5-Star Weekend. Mm-hmm. And interesting thing, it's like this woman has great business, wonderful husband. Unfortunately, he dies in a car wreck, and then all this stuff comes out, and she hears about a thing where she takes these people put together these resort visits or vacations based on different women in your life at different stages, like the person that was the most important to you in your 20s, the one that was the most important to you in your 30s and your 40s, and they bring these different women from different decades of your life together. And I thought, wow, that's an interesting twist. So yeah. I think that would be great. And of course, Emily Henry, happy place this time. Our members were very upset with Book of the Month last time because they didn't pick up Emily Henry.
Every Book of the Month Facebook group we were in, when they didn't pick up Emily Henry's novel, it was like a straight out revolt. Yeah. I'm sure Book of the Month
so maybe they'll pick her up this time.
I'm hoping
whether it's a main pick or an add-on, I don't know, but I still predict they'll have her this time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So let's see the other books that aren't by Book of the Month authors. The first one we had was Enchanted Hacienda. It's unforeseen twist, romance, a little bit of magic. It's got that magical realism going on.
When I saw it, I thought of Kayla, and I like it too, So
it's definitely one I would pick up. And next is one that I have seen. I feel like every book box, like I know Illumicrate has a special coming out for this, and it's the book is Yellowface, which is I like books about writers, obviously, and it is about a writer who, when her Asian friend passes away, this writer steals her manuscript and hands it to her agent, and then changes the name to a name that sounds a little more ethnic to publish the book under her name.
Right.
So dealing with that moral craziness. And another one that you picked out, The Ferryman.
Oh yeah, that has Kayla written all over it.
So I just read about it for the first time just a few minutes ago, and I got to it, and it's a dystopian novel in a town ran by someone named Prospera. And if you're a Shakespeare fan, which I am, the Tempest famously has a character named Prospero who recently, that character's name has been changed to Prospera and is often played by a girl.
Right.
So when I read that, I was like, dystopian Shakespeare, I'm in. Let's do it.
Right.
So
then that summer feeling, basically, it's has to do with summer camp romance, but it's a camp for adults, not children,
which is interesting.
Yeah. So, and the cover is really, again, what caught my attention. And I was like, wait a minute, let me look at this. And so I feel like that it is a cover and even a storyline that they would pick up among their romance. And
it also seems to be one of those novels that's focused a little more on like sisterhood maybe than the romance, because her sister's in it.
Right.
I don't know. I find that I've been leaning towards those novels more that focus on not the romantic relationship, possibly.
Okay, here's one that we found interesting. It's called Famous for a Living. It has to do with social media influencer. And as I read the description of it, I said, okay, Kayla and I have all this social media going on. And then the guy in the story has like a flip phone. He is not into it. My husband, he would still have his little bitty Nokia if they did not tell him, excuse me, but in about 2 months, that won't be operable because 3G it won't work with 3G.
Right.
That tells you how long ago that was. And ever since, he's had the same phone since then that we got for him.
Yeah.
And he keeps the phone forever. He has no Facebook, no social media whatsoever. The only time
he gets mad when you put pictures of him on Facebook.
He gets upset when I put his picture. He's like, what did you put on there? So-and-so said to me at lunch, hey, I saw you did so-and-so. How do you know? And it's like, well, I saw you on Facebook, Instagram. And he's like, I don't have a Facebook or Instagram. But anyway, I thought it was funny. And
I think that would be a great pick.
Yeah.
Speaking of being married to a curmudgeon, The Senator's Wife was another one you had picked, and it's probably more of one I would pick. Very much like murder mystery.
Yes.
Mysterious female character comes in and stirs up trouble.
Yes.
So let's see, what else?
Meet Me at the Lake.
Yes, it is getting a lot of most anticipated buzz. Let's see, the blurb says, a random connection sends two strangers on a day-long adventure where they make a promise one keeps and the other breaks, with life-changing effects in this breathtaking new novel from the New York Times bestselling author of Every Summer After. So it's like BuzzFeed, Oprah, all of these people are listing it as a most anticipated read.
Right.
So
we'll see. It may or may not be on there, but
I mean, it's going to do well whether Book of the Month gets it or not.
Someone else's bucket list I thought was interesting because it's like a family member passes away and leaves a letter for Jody, the heroine of the story, and she's supposed to carry out the individual's bucket list, and it's how it changes her life. I thought it was very interesting as well.
It's by the author who wrote P.S. I Love You.
Yeah.
I don't remember if Book of the Month picked that up or not. That was before I was a member.
Me too, so I don't know.
And I only watched the movie. I never read the book because I don't tend to read sad books.
No.
And then I cried in the movie and regretted every decision I made. Bad
Summer People, it's like cozy beach mystery kind of thing. So we'll see about that one.
The Chateau. Ooh, this one looked so good. So as soon as I looked it up, I think I kind of squealed when I saw the cover.
Yeah. And I picked that one because I knew she would like it.
Yes. So a dream girl's trip to a luxurious French chateau devolves into a deadly nightmare of secrets and murder in this stylish, twisty thriller for fans of Lucy Foley. Yes, I'm a fan of her. Ruth Ware, absolutely, and Lisa Jewell.
Yeah.
All three who have been Book of the Month picks. So Book of the Month.
So we think because of all that, I felt like it would be. It's a new author they haven't carried before, but it has the vibes of all of these other authors that they have carried. So I thought that would be a good choice. Whether it's a main pick or an add-on, I'm not sure. So
and then Paper Names was another one,
and it's kind of question mark by it because we have Yellowface and
they have very similar themes. They're about Chinese American and
we just
I think Yellowface is Asian American. People and kind of racism in those areas and how that's dealt with.
Right.
So we don't know that they'll do both, but
they could.
Yeah, and it's an unexpected act of violence brings together a Chinese American family and a wealthy white lawyer in this propulsive and sweeping story of family identity and the American experience.
And I think it sounds so intriguing.
Yes.
That's why I did choose it. I just thought it would be a very interesting read, something that I feel like both of us would enjoy. And then the no two persons. I really like the concept of this novel. It's 9 people read a book, and it's how these 9 people, they talk about this book and how this book changes their lives.
Right, very Jane Austen book club feel, but at the same time it's a fictional book.
Right.
Like it's a book within a book.
Yeah.
And I love that. I either love or hate books like that.
Yes.
Because there was a book that came out a while ago. I'm not going to say the book because we don't bash books on this site.
No,
but it was one that
We were
it was a
expecting
book
more
within
from
a book,
but
and the book within the book was supposed to be this international bestseller that was just so good and had the best storyline. And
it just
then I read it and I was like, I don't think I would like that. I don't think it would be an international
Right.
bestseller.
And then Killing Me. Now, when I saw again, as I told you, I have a very scientific approach. This book cover looks like something Book of the Month would put. Or I also think, hey, this is something Kayla would like, and that's why I chose this book.
And I think the blurb was, she escaped a serial killer, then things got weird, which goes perfectly with What Lies in the Woods, which was one of their January picks.
Right.
And one of, I thought should be their picks was Jessica Payne's new novel.
Yes.
Which was about someone who survived a serial killer. I read those two books, I think, within the same week and was like, because these are very similar and also both very good.
Very good. Right. So that was one thing, you know.
And then we have yours truly on the list again. We know we brought it up last month, but here lately it feels like they're like books that are published late in the previous month that they are using them as add-ons.
So,
and it is,
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe it would be an add-on.
right. And it is Amy Jimenez, and they've like her part of your world did really, really well.
Right.
So hopefully they'll add that on for us.
Yes.
Then The Half Moon, from the best-selling author of Ask Again, a masterful novel about a couple in a small town who must navigate the complexities of marriage, family, and longing.
And they do a good job of picking novels that have a whole lot of family drama.
Right, especially generational family drama.
Yes,
Like they
they
do
do that.
good with that.
Yeah. And then When Jasmine Blooms, this goes back to, we didn't mention it when we talked about repeat authors, but Tiff Marcello,
Right.
she did, I think, the Weekend Book Club. I read it. I loved it.
I forgot she was a Book of the Month pick.
Yes,
but-
I saw her name and I'm like, haha, I know her.
Yes.
So I think maybe, and it just sounds so interesting.
And it was inspired by Little Women,
Yes.
which is what kind of stuck out to me.
Yeah. So anyway, those are predictions, and I know that they can't choose all of them. Even if they, sometimes they do 5 picks, sometimes they do 7. Even if they choose 7, they can't pick them all.
I do feel like I'm hoping this is going to be a 7-pick month, because May just that seems to be where like the blockbuster books are coming out.
Well, and you're getting ready for summer and beach reads.
Yes.
Everybody's got to
I need a
have books
beach
to
read.
take to the beach.
That's why they better bring this Emily Henry novel, because she is the ultimate beach read. That was one of her novels.
That's right.
So,
And of course, Hildebrand's 5-Star Weekend.
yes. And I hope that they drop before May 1st, so that we can make sure to have our book box in by Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, because we'll be at the beach.
Absolutely.
And we're going to need a book.
And we'll probably have to film from inside, because last time we filmed outside, the wind was so bad that I was like, we have no.
The wind blows at the beach.
It does. It does. Well, guys, those are our picks, and we certainly hope that you agree. Please let us know in the comments if you're like, boo, or if...
Yay. You hit the nail on the head.
Absolutely. And maybe you have some
other ones.
some hints for us.
Yeah.
So if you know something
great.
that we don't, please let us know in the comments, guys.
All right. Sounds great.
Bye, guys.
Have a great